Hello! Welcome to the Luminous Heart YouTube channel. My name's Katarina, and I wanted to talk today about the season of autumn. So I practice shiatsu, Zen shiatsu, which is based in traditional Chinese medicine, applying Japanese bodywork techniques, touch techniques, and Chinese energetics to bring forth healing and transformation. So in the Chinese medicine cosmology, we have these correlations between our internal state, emotional, psychological, and spiritual well-being with the way that we harmonize with our external world, with the seasons and through time. Everything that's going on in our environment, all of the changes, everything we take into consideration when I'm treating people like you in a shiatsu session. So I wanted to talk a little bit about autumn and what that means in terms of the Chinese medicine perspective. So we're just coming out of, I'm going to do kind of like a forecast here. We're just coming out of summertime. We're at the heat, we're at the peak of yang heat. We're at the peak of summer. Our self-expression is the most radiant, our outgoingness, our ability to shine and connect with other people out in the world. And then as a transition from summer into autumn, we move through the earth element phase of time. This is late summer, something that's called doyo, the doyo phase. And so in this earth element phase, earth is this time for grounding. It's represented by our center, where all things pivot and change and move around the center. So from earth, then it continues to transform into autumn, which is a metal element phase. And so in Chinese medicine, we have 5 elements. Some of you have taken some of my 5 element workshops and may be familiar with that concept. So the metal element autumn is really this time of shedding, of letting go. And this is the time when energy starts to consolidate more internally. There's less of, in summertime we're going out, we're connecting, we're outside more physically, and emotionally we're connecting a little bit more. And in autumn we start to draw in a little bit more into our reserves in preparation for winter time, when we're really coming back into our core, into our essence, through the winter water season. So in the autumn metal season, this is the time where we see trees dropping their leaves, just releasing and letting go, letting go, letting go. So just like the trees are releasing, they've had their big burst of energy through the summer, through the sun, everything's bright and green, and then autumn comes and they just effortlessly release their leaves. And all of that energy that was going out to creating bright radiance starts to draw inward a little bit more as the leaves are released, and the energy starts to descend and go into the core and deeper into the roots for preservation and to kind of store your energy a little bit more internally to carry you through the winter. So in autumn, one of our key themes through this season is really just asking yourself the question of, what do you feel ready to release? What do you feel ready to let go of? But then also, as you let go of what no longer serves you, what are the kind of jewels and gems that you can retain as something that you still value and still appreciate from what you've let go of? So the psychological emotional theme of autumn and of the metal element is this twofold of grief and appreciation. So when we grieve something that we have to let go of, or that we already have lost, that we feel this feeling of loss about, it's usually because there's a deep sense of value in that and a deep appreciation. So with the autumn time, as the leaves are shedding, as we are letting go of the summer and the rest of the year that has just been packed with so much happening, now we're able to, in autumn, start to let go of some things and kind of parse out what are the jewels that we can, kind of hold on to as a measure of maybe what we've learned, how we've grown, of what we most appreciate, what we most value in life through the season. So, some issues that might come up on the physical level, physiologically, I see people coming in with maybe constipation, they're holding on to too much, or diarrhea, they're letting go of too much, IBS. These are some symptoms that come up. Also asthma, issues with the lungs. So the metal element governs the lung and the large intestine anatomical organs. So in the autumn, you might see some of these things come up any time of the year, but since we're moving into the autumn season, maybe these might come up more. I don't know. Also, another point that I wanted to make is that, as we're going into cold and flu season, winter season, there might be more of a propensity for getting sick, for catching a cold, things like that. So that's where you really want to kind of, protect your exterior. So that just means wear some layers if you need to, wear a scarf, wear a hat, cover your head as needed. Don't be standing outside in the freezing cold unless you've really tempered yourself for that. I guess I wanted to talk a little bit more about the psychological aspect of autumn as well, since, this is the season of letting go of anything that doesn't serve us, and retaining the value and the jewels from what we want to carry forward, from what is most important to us. So this is kind of you could say the essence of autumn. Just to kind of look at the whole spectrum of what autumn and the metal element can bring. On one side of the spectrum, we might see, the autumn as this time of on the extreme of death, where there's loss or grief. We have to be able to know how to grieve in a healthy way, where we're still, like I mentioned, where we're still holding on to what's really valuable, what's really important to us about whatever we've had to let go of. And then on another side of the spectrum, there's, there might be our inability to grieve. Maybe we can't cry about something that we need to actually release tears for, to heal, to create new space, to empty ourselves out so that we can take a full breath. So we inhale inspiration, we inspire, we exhale, and we release everything that we need to release. So anyway, that was just, this is 8-9 minutes of a little bit of some information about autumn, the metal element. As we're going into winter, we're thinking about what we're wanting to release, so that we can create space to really cultivate what is our essence. So, in terms of the classical Chinese medicine model, we might be looking at, autumn is this time of returning back to our essence, and that's the metal kind of essence within us. Before we go into winter season, where we're going to be residing in that depth of our essence within ourselves. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I do teach workshops and classes I have some in the works for next year, soon to be announced, so stay tuned to this channel. Sign up for my mailing list on my website, livingheartcentered.com. Links are going to be in the bio here in the video. And that's about it. Just a quick few minutes here to give you some a little bit of a taste of what this is all about. I also, just for us people who are in the field already and curious, this is a text that I have referenced before in a course that I've taught. I don't know if it's backward mirrored in your video, but it's called Nourishing Destiny, the Inner Tradition of Chinese Medicine by Lonnie Jarrett. He's a well-known American scholar of Chinese medicine. This is a wonderful reference. This is wonderful reference material for anybody who is a practitioner or knows about Chinese medicine and really wants to dig deeper into it. So that's it, guys. I hope you have a great autumn, and stay tuned for more videos coming up. Just wanted to put this all out there, and if you're interested in working with me in your own healing process and your own self-development, and clearing any blockages, any physical, psychological, emotional, spiritual issues that you might have, I'm happy to work with you. Send me an email, livingheartcentered@gmail.com, and we will talk. I treat clients locally in the Chicagoland area, but I also am doing virtual consultations. Thank you so much. Have a great day.